Hey everyone, Rogue Leader here, back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at set 76122, Batcave Clayface Invasion. This was released in the summer of 2019 for $100, and now if you want to pick one up sealed, you're going to be looking at more like $140 or more. It's got 1,038 pieces and 6 minifigures, plus the Clayface build, so yeah. This is the latest comic book based Batcave besides Junior's ones. Of course, we've gotten the Batcave based off the Batman and then also the Keaton Shadow Box, but this is the most recent comic book based one, and we're going to be taking a look at it. So yeah, let's start with the minifigures. Our first minifigure is Batman, and this is the Batman that we've seen quite a bit in this time period-ish, 2018, 2019. We got this minifigure a bunch, and in a little bit in 2020. You can see he's got a black belt in the black symbol, and then some gold highlights throughout both of them. He's also got black gloves, and unfortunately no dual molded legs, which I think would have really brought this minifigure together. He's got the nice black cape that is still fabric, of course. Now they've started to transition to more of a rubber cape, but yeah. And then of course he still has the old cowl that has, because the new one with the eyes hadn't been introduced at this point. And you can see here we have his head, which is a little washed because it's printed on black, but oh well. But you can see he's got goggles and a bit of a stern face, and then on the back side he's got more of a smirk. It also comes with a batarang, and here's a look at the back side of the printing. Got more of the belt and just more detail. So yeah, there's the first minifigure. Our second minifigure is Bruce Wayne, and while technically he is exclusive, there's nothing exclusive about him. The torso, head, hair have all come in other places. This head has been used on so many minifigures, including Shang-Chi, Happy Hogan, and various Star Wars characters. So, you know, nothing interesting about that. And then the torso has been used several times as well. So while it is technically exclusive, no part of this is exclusive. There's no interesting prints or anything, and you can see he's got a kind of just more neutral head and then a bit more of an angry backside print. So yeah, there is the second minifigure, Bruce. Next is Robin, and this is the Damian Wayne version. I'm not sure what suit this is based off from the comics. I know he's worn suits similar to this, but I'm not sure like if this is like the New 52 or Rebirth. I'm not totally familiar with Damian Wayne and all the suits he's weared and when. But yeah, this is what we got. He's got short legs, and he's got a nice yellow cape that you can see has way more points than Batman's, and has also been shortened to match his length. He's got the black spiky hair, and then this face with a nice green mask, and then if you flip it around, he's got a bit more of an angry expression, and then there's the backside of his print, or of his torso. Finally, for the Bat family members, we have Batwoman, who was a new introduction to the Lego Batman family in 2018 and is making her return here in what I believe is only the second ever set we've gotten her in. I don't think she's come in anything else since then, so yeah. But she's got this really great dual molded helmet cowl piece where you got red hair and the black mask, and you can see you got the hair kind of peeling over a little bit, and then you have her white face along with her lips, and then some goggles to I guess hide her identity and give her those white eyes. Something of note is that her cowl actually lines up with the eyes of an actual minifigure, whereas characters like Batman, they do not, and so they have the goggles right above to give them the white eyes. So that's just something interesting to note. And then of course, like all the other minifigures, she has secondary face where she's a bit more aggressive. Next up, we have Catwoman, who, depending on, you know, which part of comics you're reading, can be a Batman villain or a Batman ally. So, you know, I guess maybe this is a member of the Bat family, but in this set, she's definitely more advertised as Catwoman, the villain. But she's got a brand new torso print, as well as the Lego Batman movie Catwoman cowl printed in black, and then some red goggles that you can see through the eyes when you put the cowl on. So that's really cool. And she's also got a diamond and a whip, because of course she carries a whip and loves to steal diamonds and other shiny trinkets. And our final minifigure and one of my personal favorites is Two-Face. Now, while he doesn't have the crazy hair that the past Two-Face minifigures have gotten, I do like the nice simplicity of using the combed back hairpiece, but then making one half of it purple to match his half scarred face. But you can see it's a pretty just natural face on one side, and then of course the burnt and damaged face on the other. And I really love the red suit, and then of course it has dynamite and a pistol. So yeah, that's all the minifigures. And here's the not really minifigure, but the figure the brick built figure, being Clayface, of course, in the title, Clayface Invasion. But he's definitely not as good as Lego Batman Movie 1. He's way smaller and, you know, not as good. I mean, for instance, you can see way more gray, whereas on the original one, you could see almost only the medium nougat color to more emphasize that he was in fact all clay. Whereas here you can see gray pretty much everywhere. But he does have some, you know, movability. He can move all his joints on his arms. You can move his hands around, so you can have him capturing someone if you line it up just right, like so. There you go. You can have him capturing it. You can also move his head around, although his top half moves different from his teeth on the bottom and the rest of his head. So, you know, you can make some weird poses like that, but you can also make him so he's like yelling or screaming. But yeah, and then of course his legs also move. So, while not as good as the Lego Batman Movie 1, still a more than good Clayface build. And then our last mini build before we get to the actual Batcave is this Bat Tank, I guess. It's definitely not based on anything. I think it's just one of those builds that they've just were like, we need a small little compact vehicle for Batman to ride in, and they chose to create this sort of tank type thing. But you can see that it does look pretty detailed. It's got a few stickers on the front and the bat symbol. And then you have what seems to be a grenade launcher and a grapple harpoon. Both not flick fire missiles, but stud shooters. So you can just press the back and the components will go flying. And they do give you extra harpoons and grenades. And then you also have these up top, which are flick fire missiles. And I always found enjoyment when you flick the flick fire missiles, but you press something other than the flick fire missiles. For instance, these Technic pins, and you just push them forward. And that wasn't much. They don't go very far. I guess you're supposed to flick them and not tap them, but still. And then, of course, this thing all moves around to angle at Clayface or Two-Face or whoever you want to shoot at. But all in all, pretty boring build that can be interesting for, say, kids, but for collectors, probably not too interested in this. And then to add a minifigure, you just lift this top part up, and you can place in Batman. He's got a few control panels there. Place him in there, and there you go. All great. And of course 6 wheels, 3 on each side, and a bit more ventilation detail and whatnot scattered throughout. And there are quite a few stickers on this, which is my only complaint, but besides that, it's all good. And here's the actual build, being the Batcave. So it's very cool. You know, bit of a unique design, incorporating a lot more dark brown and reddish brown, a lot more kind of rocky colors, and you can see some of the rock work here and here all over the place. So yeah, we'll just start at one side. We do have, these can actually detach if you want to put this and the transformation on the others on opposite sides, but I don't think it matters. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this section first. On the bottom, you have just a nice little prison cell with some steps that you can go ahead and throw a minifigure in, like so. And you got a little room, and then you also have this cool sticker, like lock combination thing. And then you have some handcuffs, and then if you twist this, the side wall will blow off, so your villain can escape and continue to wreak havoc. And then, of course, you can just put it back on, just like so. Got nothing much back here, just this spinning thing to move the machine. And then up here, you actually have a spot that you could place the Batwing, which was a separate set from the same wave. So that's cool. And then you have like this radar dish type thing. So yeah, that's the first part. And then looking at the middle, you can see we have quite a few. All right, over here on the left-hand side, we have a bunch of his giant trophies, kind of more minimized. So you can see we have the trophy of the giant penny, the giant dinosaur, and the giant playing card. All three have been reduced in size to have use less space, but they're all represented, so that's pretty cool. Then above it we have this cool little like mech armor thing, so we got like what I assume is like some repulsors, and then you also have some like chains or some chainsaws or something to help them cut through things, I guess. But it just rests on here, and I like how they used a lipstick piece to give it a nice little stand, and then you have a nice little sticker to be able to check on the many things that are required to of this machinery, I guess. And over here we have a armory with 3 batarangs and a grapple gun, and then just kind of some, I don't know what these are, maybe support pillars or something on the side. So yeah, and then that just goes back in here. So pretty cool little armory. And then up here you have a nice bench room to get your fitness in. You have a bench press, and then the bench, of course, and then you can just rest that on top. And then you also get a water bottle for anyone who's getting thirsty. And then, of course, we have the bat symbols. We have 2 on each side, and then the big one illuminated by this yellow translucent piece. And then here we have a, I guess, entrance or vehicle entrance. So, of course, the tank thing that's included does fit in here, and I believe the Batmobile that was a separate set in the same wave also could fit through here. And then looking at the final section of the middle part, we have the whatever you call this, the kind of computer lab room. So we have, of course, this chair, Batman's chair, that kind of looks like a bat from the back. Then on each side we have some cool communicator parts, as well as some nice lights. So we have, I believe that's either Robin or Nightwing. I assume Robin. Looks like he's trying to make a call or something. Over here, tracking some crime data. And then you have the Wayne Enterprise logo right there. And a just kind of blueprints of the tank that's included. And then up here we have the Joker escaping from Arkham, it looks like, and some DNA samples that you can track right here, because there's a actual I forget what these things are called, microscope, and a sample of DNA. And then the big section we have looks like Gotham City on a map. You have, looks like the location of Robin, the location of the bat signal, and then Ace the Bat Hound also. So yeah, and then of course, if you wanted to, you could include, or not include, but put Batman in here to, you know, do his data or whatever. And you can actually remove that, make it a little easier. You can see he's got a nice little computer, and then a red and green switch, I guess, and then also a coffee mug. And I guess that bat piece supposed to be like his mouse, so maybe he has a bat themed mouse, because I mean, he has a bat themed everything, why not a mouse? But yeah, that's everything. Let's take a look at the last section. Our final section of the Batcave is the Batman and Bruce Wayne transformation area, which is a staple and is included in almost every Batcave. So, you know, great that they're keeping the tradition alive, I suppose. So what you can do is you can actually load Batman on this platform down here, and you can actually see there's another like kind of switch, kind of like the lock button on the prison, but this time it's elevator keys. So yeah, and then you can actually just lift him up and push him up. Hopefully he goes. This honestly is not my favorite Batman transformation. It's a little finicky, as you can see. I'm trying to just get all of it right. So, there we go. So you got to pull this pin back, and then it should, there we go. Just stay, just push it up, and then there you go. And then you can see something pops up here. And then that's actually for Bruce Wayne. So we can put him up here in this kind of Wayne Manor section. You see we got the telephone, and then just kind of a little bit of the manor, I suppose. And you can actually just pull this out and then Bruce Wayne at the top will drop down and Batman will be released. And and then you just pull this Technic pin in the back, and there you go. Batman drops down and Bruce Wayne disappears behind the rock. And then one more time I'll show you. So pull this pin out and then push Batman up, and it pushes the Bruce Wayne part up, and then get it to go all the way up, and then just lock it in place. So that's what it looks like from the front. And then from the back, you just pull this out, and Batman and Bruce Wayne drop down, and Bruce Wayne's caught by here, and then Batman drops all the way down, so you can see that. Yeah, that's a pretty cool feature. You know, it's like the Adam West Batman, where while they're going down the elevator, they turn into Batman and Robin. But ultimately, while the idea was there, the execution wasn't great, and this can be a little finicky, and it's probably my least favorite part of the build. But still cool, and kind of completes the symmetry. But that is it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know what you think of this set. And honestly, where are all the comic book Batman sets? We've been getting so many based off the animated series and Michael Keaton, but I'm really missing some of these sets based off comics. They were kind of fun, getting figures like Two-Face and Clayface, Batwoman, Damian Wayne, all fun figures. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this down in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.